So good day, everybody. My name is Timothy Ross with Remix LLC. And Lindsay, again, thank you so much for allowing me to present to your agents. And this will be recorded. And once it's processed, I will send that link over to Lindsay and she can share that with everybody that's here. A couple of things that we're going to be going through today is the home view app, vitals, and also landing pages. The goal is, how do you create leads and generate business inside the BoldTrail platform? So a couple of things we're going to point out there. So give me 1 second. I'm going to switch over to my phone and join the Zoom so I can share my screen from here. And I will apologize ahead of time because there will be a little bit of an echo, so I'll do my best to get rid of that. Can everybody hear me still?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So if there is an echo, I apologize. Like I said, I'm on my phone and I'm going to go through this thing here. So let me share my screen. And of course, the older you get, the worse your eyesight is. So we're sharing the screen, start broadcasting. All right. So here we go. Here. All right. So what you see on your screen is the home view app. In a few minutes, I'll actually live drive it and show you where you can get the link to this. But not only just the link, but the QR code that you can take and share with your clients inside your BoldTrail CRM or even on your marketing materials and all of that. So the good thing about this home view app is that one, it's not just for home buyers. This can be for your past clients, current clients, your home sellers, investors, whoever it is that's in your database. They can go in and add their information inside here for this app. So I just put a home inside here. And again, this is pulling data from New York. So it's a demo account. And so it's going to pull some crazy numbers inside here, but hey, it's all good. So it has the main property that I say I live in. I do not live there. It looks like a nice home. That would be great. But it gives me an estimated value of the home itself. It does have 20 similars home based upon that. At any time, I can click on any of these links within that listing structure and look at the information on that property. I can save this property by clicking on that little heart button that's up at the top. I can scroll down. I can also chat with the agent. And again, Owen, owner, is the agent that I am actually linked up to. So I can chat directly with him, open house information, map stuff. So it's pretty cool from there. As we keep scrolling down, uh, your clients can put in their mortgage information. It'll pull over some stuff if it finds it. They can edit the information that's inside there. So if I click on it, it'll show anything that's associated. I can click on the edit. And from there, I can delete or I can modify some of the information that's there for the loan information. Same thing with the insurance, but also market reports. One of the things that, if you're not aware of, inside the BoldTrail CRM, inside your contact record, you can set up a market report for your contacts. But with them having the mobile app, they create their own market reports inside here as well. You'll also see at the bottom of the screen where value and equity. To the right of that, it says maintenance. If I click on maintenance, this will update. And one of the questions that I know I get from everybody is, can you customize the task to do inside here? Right now, that's not available. So these are already preset. Because we're in spring, deep clean the house, which I hope everybody's cleaning their house anyway. Check exterior cleanings, drainage, clean curtains, garbage disposal, and so on. If I go to summer, same thing. I can go through and start checking things off that I complete these through the different seasons of the year. Same thing with fall and same thing with winter. Okay, so there is a maintenance checklist that your clients would have access to through this app itself. If I click on market on the bottom right from maintenance, it basically takes my market report from the home screen and just brings it up to this main screen. From here, it'll say what the hot listings are, most expensive, average list price, listings, newest homes, recently sold homes. Okay. We just bought our home about 3 years ago, and I actually like using an app like this because I can be kind of nosy and go in and see what homes have sold in my area, right? I'm always curious what my market value currently is as well. So looking at other homes that have sold, kind of looking at what year they were built, the bedrooms and baths, and kind of get some comparables inside there by using an app like this. Okay, and so if I go back to the home button, it brings me back over. This is the home again. Now, remember earlier I told you it's not just for past clients. I click that little search at the bottom. And then from here, I'm going to use an old search that I ran inside here. As it updates, it's going to pretty much create a block and display a bunch of listing dots on the map. And with this map, I can click on the dots and it'll actually expand down. And there it goes. I'm going to go to New York. There's one for 1.3 million. I click on it. You know what? Interesting. I like this one. So if I go ahead and click on that property, again, I can go through and look at these and see that everything is here. And you know what? I like this one. So I'm going to save it as a favorite. All right. So once I save it as a favorite, that heart turns to a solid white. And if I come back to the list, I can go back and start looking at other properties. And the cool thing is, any properties that you save as a favorite or you heart them, they're actually marked on the map so they can see which ones they've done on the map itself versus going to their favorites. So if I click on favorites at the bottom, it'll show me all the properties that I saved as favorites. So I have a complete history of it. If I go to move, in which I'm not going to put in the information here because it just shows you what it is. So you're going to put in your new address, you're going to put in the move date, and you activate move. And it's going to walk you through a tracker and give you tasks and reminders and checklists and all of that stuff of getting ready to move from one location to another. So again, this is for clients that are in the process of buying a house or moving, but not just that. Clients that are looking to buy a house or past clients where they want to look at the market reports and everything that's there. The alerts, if I click on alerts, any alerts that are listed here, you can go through or you can mark them all as red. And one of the things I do want to point out is if I click on the agent's photo on the bottom right, I can sit here and I can chat with Owen directly through this app. Now, this chat is actually synced up through the CRM, and I'll show you where that is located in a few seconds. So any messages that Owen sends to me or I send to Owen, vice versa, they're captured through the app, but also through the BoldTrail CRM. Now I'm going to stop sharing here and get back over to stop sharing. I'm going to share my screen on the computer. Okay. Now with the app, the way you start sharing it, hold on. Okay. All right, so the echo should be gone now. Okay, closed off my phone. So now we're sharing live on the screen. And we're inside BoldTrail. Before we start talking about the chatting and the other features inside there, how do you get access to this mobile app? Over on the top right of your screen, you'll click on your photo, and I'll zoom in just a little bit so you can see it. What we're looking for is the icon that looks like a phone. Okay, if I click on that icon, a window opens up, and this is your mobile app page that's branded to you. You can share this link to this mobile app on your social media. You can put it in your email signature. Any of your marketing pieces, you can do that. All the client has to do or consumer has to do is put in their phone number and email address, and then they click Send Me Owen's app. They will get a text with a link inside there to download the app. You can also use the QR code, or you can copy that QR code and use it in your marketing. So all they have to do is scan it to download the app as well. So there's multiple ways that you can promote this. Okay. So this is available to all the agents, and where we find that again is inside BoldTrail. Click on your name on the top right, and then click on that link that looks like a mobile phone that opens up in a new window, and that is your branded app. I know some agents ask, well, anything that's generated on that app, does it stay with me? Yes, it is your branded app. Okay. Any leads generated from that app stay with you as well because it's all branded to you. The other thing we talked about too is being able to communicate with your clients through the app. Now, one of the things is it's called a chat, right? It's not called text messaging. So inside BoldTrail, to the left of your name, there's an icon that looks like a chat. It says show chats when you mouse over it. If I click on show chats, you'll see that Tim Ross is bolded, which means a message came through. I click on it, and that's the message that I sent to him today. Thanks for the call earlier, looking to move in the next 60 to 90 days. If I type something from here as Owen, great, ready to assist when you are ready, and I send this message back through, the app notifies the client that they received a message from Owen. Okay. So you have this chat that you can go through between your clients through the app and through BoldTrail itself. So pretty cool. You get a chance, definitely download it for yourself to your phone. So that way you can actually look at it, play with it, and get prepared to send that out to your clients that are out there. Okay. So that's another way you can generate leads. Share it on your social media, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, whatever it is. Post it out there for everybody to see. Okay. And do we receive notifications of the chat on the app so we can chat live? You know, I have not checked it with the actual CRM app. I don't have that on my phone, but you should get notifications that a chat has been sent to you. Okay. The next thing we want to talk about is your current database. You know, we talked about generating leads, but that's great. You can get leads inside the CRM, you know, but what are you currently doing with your database? You know, you could have 100 contacts, 500 or 1,000 contacts. One of the key things I want to point out here is over on your left-hand side, it's called vitals. If I click on vitals, and when you get a chance, you need to go in and look at this, okay? Total vital score, 14%. That's not good. Okay. You want to get that percentage up into the 80s. You want it to where it's green. And the reason I like pointing out vitals is because there's 6 blocks that I think is important to help you stay engaged with your contacts. Okay. Now you might be doing a great job. You might be at 80%. That is awesome. But there might be some of you that are like 14% with Owen, right? Awaiting a response. One of the key things I want to point out here is each one of these blocks, there is an italics, okay, or the I that you mouse over. Okay, awaiting response. What does that mean? Contacts have initiated an inbound communication via text, email, call, or chat, but the assigned agent, meaning you, has not responded. Basically, what that means is contacts that have replied to emails, replied to text, or initiated some kind of communications back into this BoldTrail CRM, and you have not responded back to them. You have not acknowledged them or anything like that, right? So this is a good way to go in and pretty much updating your database. There, I went into a couple of agents' contacts before, and there was contacts that were actually requesting showings on properties, and there was no response or follow-up from the agent. Okay, so awaiting response, that's a huge one. New and needs contact. If we mouse over that, we'll zoom in, and we'll read that out as well because these are all important for you. Okay. Identified contacts are new contacts that have not yet received communications from the assigned agent. Okay. It's important to respond to new contacts as soon as possible to make possible first impressions and establish a relationship based on trust and responsiveness. Okay. We've all heard that saying before, right? To build trust, you got to communicate. These are contacts that there's been no communications, whether there's no campaigns or you haven't sent them a text, you haven't sent them an email. Now, granted, sometimes you will send a text or make a call from your cell phone. If that's the case, you always want to make sure that you're documenting that inside the contact record. So that way you have a history of, okay, this is the last time we spoke, right? Or this is the last time we sent a text message. In either case, if you're not updating your contact records inside the CRM, you're going to get these notifications inside here saying, hey, you need to follow up, you need to make some changes to your contacts. Past due task. You can either assign tasks manually inside here to your contacts, or if you have them on campaigns, and depending on what campaign that you're using, there could be task that's assigned to you. So for example, the uh, default new lead buyer campaign has tasks inside that campaign. Some of those tasks is call and leave a voicemail, send a text, right? So those are tasks that basically is reminding you you need to follow up with these contacts or with these leads. If I mouse over it, it just tells you tasks that are past due. If I click on view, page is going to refresh and it's going to show me all the tasks that are due for any of the contacts. If I click on any of the task from here, I can select that task. Okay. I'm in Owen's owner account, so this is not owned by me, so I cannot make changes to this. Okay. But for you, you can select that task. You can mark it as done. You can snooze the task. You can edit the task to schedule it further out in the future, or you can go ahead and delete the task itself. Now, what I don't want you to do is go inside here and just delete all the tasks that are here, right? You're defeating the purpose of making sure that you're really following up with these contacts inside here. Okay. So again, even though we're talking about lead generation, if you can't take care of your current database, generating leads is not going to assist you that much either, right? So you want to go in, work everything that's inside here that's available to you already. We'll jump back over to vitals, not on campaigns. I think almost every contact that you have should be on a campaign or some form or another. Okay. If not on a campaign, they should be on at least a market report at a minimum. Why? Because you need to be in front of them on a consistent basis. A lot of times, after a couple of years, okay, and I'm just speaking from experience, you can be around the same people, but if you don't talk to them about your real estate business or you don't mention it every now and then, okay, it doesn't come up in discussions, when they go to make that decision to buy a home, they're going to go with somebody that's in front of them at that time. To give you an example, I'll play cards on Thursday nights, a group of about 10 to 15 guys. I've known these guys for 20 something years. Don't ever talk about real estate or business or anything, right? We're just talking about personal life in general, what's going on and all that. One of the guys there made a comment a couple of years ago. Hey, we just listed our house. And I looked at him like, what? What do you mean you just listed it? How long have we known each other, right? Because we didn't keep that conversation going, right? He forgot that I was a real estate agent. So you don't want people forgetting you're a real estate agent. Put them on campaigns, put them on market reports. Active on website and needs contact. Anybody that's active on your website and they're looking at properties, you need to follow up with them as quickly as possible. Okay. So you never know. They're saving properties. Well, if they're saving properties, they're definitely interested in something. If they're saving properties, they're telling you what bedrooms, what bathrooms, what area, and kind of the generic price range of what they're looking at. So look at that report also. Not on any automated listing alerts. So let's zoom into this. Scroll down just a little bit so we can see the instructions here. They are not on any automated listing alerts. Set up market reports or search alerts. That's what we were talking about earlier. Even though you might not have all of your contacts on campaigns, at a minimum, you should have them on market reports or maybe listing alerts. It's either or that you want to set up inside there. Okay. So take a chance, look at your vitals, see what those numbers are, increase those numbers. Okay. Total vital score, increase that, right? The more active you're engaged with your database, the chances are you're going to get one, people that are looking at buying a house or selling a house, but at the same time, also referrals. Okay. The big key to this whole thing is communication, right? The second thing is making sure you document everything inside the CRM, because if you don't, the system doesn't know if you've made a phone call. They don't know if you sent a text through your cell phone. So you have to document that information from here. Okay. So does anybody have any questions so far about Vitals or the app? And by the way, Jose, thank you, man. Hope your clients are loving the app. Okay. So if nobody has any questions on that, we're going to jump over to lead generation. Now, there's a couple of ways to do lead generation inside BoldTrail. Okay. You can go through playbooks, and we're going to talk about playbooks here in a second. You can do property boost, where you basically grab a property, you boost it, and you pay fees for it, and it's marketing on social media and all that, right? But we're going to talk about a couple of free things that you can do that takes a little bit of time, but with a little bit of effort, you can use this in your marketing as well. Okay. The first one is we're going to jump over to Web and IDX over on the left-hand side. And then we're going to jump over to Pages, the tab that's over here. Now, under the Pages, a couple of things that we want to point out is you can create custom pages inside here if you choose to. If you're really good with graphics and all that stuff, you can create your own, what I'm going to call a landing page, okay? A landing page is basically you're offering something in return for them submitting their information to you. Now, what I've done is I went to ChatGPT and I told ChatGPT to write me some content for a free home buyer's guide. What information can I put on a landing page for a free home buyer's guide? I'm not a writer, so anytime I can use ChatGPT, I'm going to take advantage of it, right? So ChatGPT wrote this information out. Okay, I can take and copy this information and come over to BoldTrail under Web and IDX, Pages, and if I go to Landing and Lead Capture, I can go to a classic landing and lead capture page. Content hijack, we're not going to do that. Lead background, text landing page. We're just going to use the classic landing. If I click the classic landing, click the select button, it's going to bring me to this editor. Now, one of the cool things about this editor is I can go in and edit all the information inside here, okay? Your town real estate deals. Well, we're talking about a home buyer's guide. So by using ChatGPT, we come back up. Here it is. And we're going to find out if it'll actually take and copy that. And look how it pastes in, right? So I'm not having to write the information myself, but I can keep going back, grab the next part, come back over, go to the information at the bottom, paste that in. And as you see, I'm adding the content here. And then I can go in and add the bullet points in here as well, right? So I can completely build this out. The form down below is the email address and cell phone number, okay? Now, the button itself, it says, see the list now, okay? And if I scroll down over on the right side of the page, trying to zoom in here, there you go. And you'll see where it says see the list now over on the right. If I zoom out, submit for free home buyer's guide. Okay, so I can change that. And so now that button says submit for free home buyer's guide. Okay, I don't like the word used click because I think everybody already tries to convince people to click here, do this, do that. I like the word submit or enter, right? You always want to have a call to action on any button that you're putting there, right? Because you don't want it to take for granted that they know it's a button. Okay, so always do a call to action. And the reason I like doing a home buyer's guide is because, like Carmen said, there are home buyer's guide and home seller guides that are inside remax.net that's already done. But also, maybe you have your own customized buyer's guide that's available, right? So basically, what you're doing is you're teasing them with information on this landing page that if they submit their information, they're going to get a home buyer's guide from you. Okay, now we talked about home buyer's guides. Can anybody tell me or throw out some other ideas? You can do it in the chat or you can unmute your line. what other types of landing pages could you create in order to capture consumers' information? Anybody?
Hi. So I just
Come
share
on, you
on
got
the
to have some
chat.
ideas.
Hello.
Okay, we said home buyer's guide, but you also have home seller's guides. What about people looking for neighborhood information? What about school information? What about job opportunities in the market where you're at? Maybe there's a new business being built that's coming in. Right in our neighborhood, right outside the neighborhood, actually, there's a HEB, which is a huge grocery chain inside that's in Texas, right? That's being built. There's a new Target that's coming in. There's a new Home Depot that's just been built. It was just announced that, what is it? Tesla's building a gigafactory in the town next to us, right? Is that pertinent information that you'd like to share, that you'd like to provide, but they would need to submit their information to get it? Somebody said local events. So you can do a landing page on local events. And here's a good example. There's an office in California. Every year they have what's called an Apple Fest. Okay. For this Apple Fest, what they do is they create a landing page and say, hey, with this Apple Fest, would you like a free pie? And it's around Thanksgiving. Okay. If you'd like a free pie, enter your information below. So every year they give free pies away at Thanksgiving. Okay. They capture information that way. Okay. Another agent did a giveaway where they were giving away free tickets to a Colorado Rockies game. Okay. If you'd like to enter your name into a drawing for free tickets, enter your information below, right? It's a good way to capture somebody's information, right? Does it mean they're buying a home at that time? No. But at least you're getting their information and you can provide them emails and follow-ups back and forth from there. So landing pages is good. You can use them for anything like who said this? Let me scroll up. Carmen. Carmen said local events, right? So anything that your office is doing or anything that you're doing or any events around your community, definitely use landing pages to capture that. Now, where do you post landing pages? You post it on your social media. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, put it in your email signature for a time being until that event has passed, and then at that point move it from your email signature, right? So use the landing pages, come up with different ideas that you can provide information to consumers. And again, your goal is you're enticing them to submit their information on this form, so you will send them that information, okay? Another one that you can do, and we're going to jump over into marketing from here. If we go to marketing, what we're looking for, oh, I'm sorry, not marketing, we're going to lead engine. Under lead engine is squeeze pages. Now you do see on this page, landing page and squeeze pages. I'm going to give you some advice. Do not create landing pages under the lead engine. And here's the reason why. Any landing pages that you create from here, you cannot edit and go back and modify it. Okay. You create it one time, you save it, it's done. You cannot edit it. All the pages that you create under the web and IDX, under the pages, landing pages, okay. All these pages that you create here, you can edit, you can modify, you can delete, you have complete control over those pages. Under lead engine for landing pages, you do not have that same access. Okay. So landing pages under web and IDX. Now, the one I do want to point out is IDX squeeze page. A squeeze page is basically you're providing them information after a period of time they have to register, right? So you're teasing them with data. I'm going to go ahead and select the domain, start building. And basically what this is, okay, a squeeze page is basically providing listing information, but after a certain number of listings that they look at, they have to register. You can create for multi-properties, sold properties, single properties, seller squeeze page, and also market reports. If I go to here, I'm going to do Queens, pause for a second, select the county. You can draw on a map. You can do listing types. We're just going to do single family.
Listing status, we want to make sure we're doing active. You can do styles, you can do price ranges, you can do walking score, you can select other options that are available inside here. Over on the right side, page configuration. Now there's a couple of ways that you can use squeeze pages. You can use squeeze pages for Google pay-per-click, or if you're doing Facebook marketing, right? You can use these links in those different types of marketing, okay? So if you're going to do a source and you're going to do Facebook and Google, I probably wouldn't do Facebook and Google here, right? If I do the source of Facebook and Google and I'm marketing that link on two different platforms, when it comes in, it's going to mark it as Facebook and Google. Okay, how do I know where that came from, right? So if I'm going to market a squeeze page on two different platforms, I would create a squeeze page for each one individually. So in this case, I would say Facebook for this one, okay? And then I'd come back and create another one for Google. So that way you can actually track your ROI of what you're doing between the two marketing pieces. You can also add a hashtag to it. You can do a cover photo, but this is the key right here. Properties views allowed before registering. So you can go between 1, 2, all the way up to 50 or never. If I set it to 3, basically what I'm allowing them to do is they can view 3 properties, but anytime after that, they have to register. So basically I'm teasing them, right? Then I click generate link. If I click generate link, here is the link that we just created based upon Queens, New York. It's a direct link or a shortened link itself, but I'm going to go ahead and copy this direct link and show you what this looks like. If I go over to here, it pulls up that search result that I just found, okay, or that I just created, okay? So this is the difference between a squeeze page and a landing page, okay? The landing page, you're creating content, you're adding information to it, they submit their information, you email them whatever they're looking for, right? A squeeze page is you're giving them the opportunity to look at properties, but after a certain number, they have to register, okay? Does that make sense with everybody? Okay, now if we go back, okay, so we've created this, I can always go back to the history and access the history of all the squeeze pages that I've created in the past, okay? I can view them and I can copy the link. What you'll notice is that you cannot edit them. So once you create it, it's static, you can't change it, which is good because if you're using that link in your marketing and you modify it a little bit, then it actually changes the results, right? So anytime you want to change your marketing, just come in and create a new squeeze page inside here. And again, you can view it, brings up the results, okay? Or you can copy the link and use that link, okay? So your history is completely there anytime that you want to use those squeeze pages. Okay, any questions on squeeze pages? Okay, does everybody understand the difference between a squeeze page and a landing page?
Not really, but but I guess I will listen to the conversation again so I can get it.
Okay, so I'm going to show you the difference, okay?
Thank you.
So this is a squeeze page, okay? They have access to properties. I can click on view details of this property, okay? And I set it to 3 times. So basically, once I get to the third one of viewing a property, it's going to ask me to register or sign up, okay?
I see.
So basically what you're doing is you're giving them information, but you're going to squeeze them to submit their information at some point, okay? So that's what a squeeze page is, okay? A landing page, let's jump back over here. Let's go to pages. Did we save one? And we'll say monthly housing report. Okay. So this is a landing page. Okay. Monthly housing report. Send me my local housing report. If they want their housing report, what do they have to do?
Hmm.
They have
Yeah.
to submit their information. So you're giving them something in return for them submitting their contact information. Okay. So that's a landing page, and this is a squeeze page. Okay. Makes sense?
Yeah. No, it does.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else have any questions over these three? Okay. So those are the main things we wanted to cover today. The vitals, again, get a chance, go through the vitals, look at what your contact database is doing, review that, look at the mobile app. Okay. You can get that again by clicking on your name on the top right, and then click on the little icon that looks like a phone. That is the link directly to your branded web page. Okay. You can copy that QR code and paste that into your marketing as well, or even put that inside your email signature. And also from the web and IDX under pages, landing and lead capture, look at the classic landing page, creating a custom landing page, market that inside your social media. You can also send that to your database if you choose to do so. And then also for the lead engine, we go into the IDX squeeze page. And again, this is being recorded too. So once it's processed, I'll send it over to Lindsay. I will hang around for a few minutes. So if anybody has any questions, please feel free to chime in.
I do have another question.
Yes, ma'am.
On the app, I already downloaded it, and at the home page, it says at the very uh, bottom, just share my app with friends, send. That's where I send it with my clients, to share it with my clients.
Yes.
Let me see, send. Okay, and then, okay, it goes to the text. Okay.
Okay. And if you want to save that text, just save that text in your text messaging. And
Mhm.
anytime you need it, you can just go grab and copy that text and send it to anybody.
Yeah, I going to text it to all my clients.
Mhm.
I thought I had it, but I discovered I had something else from BoldTrails. So I think it's good that all my clients have it, and it gives me an opportunity to call them,
Mhm.
whether they're sellers or potential buyers, to use it.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, your whole
Yeah.
database, I think, should receive the link to your app. So it's up to you how you want to promote that to your contacts.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi. So that exactly what you just said right now, what would be a good, easy way to just share the app info with all of our contacts? Could we create a campaign and just put everybody on it? What would be the easiest way?
You know what? Let's check on something here. Let's go to marketing. Let's go to smart campaigns. Okay, so I just want to check, see if there is something inside here, okay? What you could do, there's a couple of ways you can do this. If we go to marketing, and let me see if it's in this one. Okay, you have schedule mass email. Okay, if I click get started, to the top right, I can schedule a mass email, and from here, I can create my own custom email. Now, me personally, I would either create it here by using the advanced editor, okay? And if I go to advanced editor, this allows me these content blocks. So I can customize this. I can do an image at the top. I can do text. Okay, it's just drag and drop where you're going to create this, okay? And let's see if this is right here. Download your homeownership app. So I can paste it inside there. So I can just take the image information from this page and create a custom email here. And then from here, I can do the contents matching, and this is key. Contents matching criteria from saved filters or hashtags, okay? Or contacts with status. And I can do sphere, I can do prospecting, new lead. I can select all of these. Okay. So if you're wanting to send this to everybody in your database, this is probably how I would probably do it. So that way everybody gets it. Okay. Put in your subject. Select the date that you want to send this out on. Select the time. Now, on the times, FYI, future reference, if you're going to be scheduling emails, never send the emails out between 7 and 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Think about what you do first thing in the morning. Okay. I have a Gmail account. When I look at my Gmail account in the morning, the first thing I do is I'm going check, 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 delete, right? So I don't want any emails that I'm sending out in the morning to be caught up in anybody that's doing this mass checking, right? And deleting. I would say if you're going to send a mass email anytime after 10 a.m., 9:30, 10 o'clock, select that time because at that point, most people have already cleared out their email. And when new emails come in, there's only a few sitting there for them to look at, not 50 from overnight that's spam and all kinds of other unwanted emails. Okay. But yeah, there's not an email that's created already to send out because that's what I was just looking for. But you do have the capability to create one. And I would use the schedule mass email. Now, I do want to point out something here. If we go back to marketing and we go to schedule mass email, when you go to schedule for your first time, if you've never done it before, you are going to get a pop-up window that is you're going to basically be asking for permission to schedule mass emails. All you're going to put inside there is you're going to put in your name and you're going to put a reason why you want to use the mass emails is because you want to stay in constant communications with your clients. Okay. That's all you need to put inside there. Submit it. It'll take about 24 hours for that to update. Once that updates, then you can come inside here and start scheduling mass emails. And Jose, do you have a question?
I do. If you go to contacts on the left-hand side, all the way at the bottom, you'll be able to see the app as well. And what I did is I pick a lot of my clients and I scrolled down all the way to the bottom on the right-hand side. Scrolled all the way down to the bottom. And at the bottom, you are going to see the app where you can share it. And you can share the app with multiple clients or buyers, sellers, whatever the case may be, right there.
And Jose, thank you for bringing that up. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
In the contact record, any contacts that have downloaded the app, it's going to say app downloaded.
Right.
Okay. So Tim downloaded Owen's app. If I go back to contacts, okay, and I select any of these other contacts. Oh,
Yep.
Bibli already did it. Okay, hold on. Got too many people downloading the app. I guess that's a good thing. There it is. Okay, so if they have not downloaded the app, it'll say Remax Home View app not downloaded. You can send an invite from here as well. So Jose, thank you for pointing that out. I completely forgot about that one. Okay, so multiple ways to share the app. I would start pushing it out. I know agents have been waiting for this. And again, don't forget, it's not just for home buyers. It's for past clients as well, because they can see the market reports and all that fun data that's inside there. So, okay. Anybody else have any questions? Thoughts? Okay.
That's pretty good.
Well, thank y'all very much for jumping in. Like I said, I'll hang around for a little bit. If you have any questions, feel free to jump in. As soon as this is processed, I will send the recording over to Lindsay and she can share it with
Because
everybody.
that's crazy that
Okay.
Thank you, Tim.
anyone.
All right.
holding
Thanks,
Thank y'all,
Tim.
everybody. Y'all have a wonderful
business,
day.
you have to
You
do
too.
business.
Thank you.
Bye.
Just